Well, I don't know if it's me, but I love Homlite equipment. So it's a little Homlite generator. It's pretty stout too for the size. 3,000 watts, 220 volt output. I had it running for, oh, I don't know, about a minute. Pardon me. The throttle arm snapped right off the carburetor. There we go. Right there. That little arm is where the throttle lever goes. Right there. That brass arm with the mark on the top. And I see punch marks on there already. And this is the lever that came off there. Right there, sorry. It probably came off like something. I'll just pop it on there. Something like that. Not quite. There. Okay, do you see that? So anyway, I'm going to take that carburetor off and see if I can replace it. We're not fooling around here. This is now an operation. There's usually 3 bolts holding an air filter on. Usually. There it is. They all kind of copy each other. Good. Now that should come off. There's one more holding it on there. Oh, it's just a Phillips screw. Man. We got the cure for that. Man, that's dark in there. There we go. We got looseness. Good. Now we have to be careful because we don't have gaskets probably. Turn the fuel off. This fuel line off of here. Looks like we're going to need a new fuel line. Okay, I'll give you a show here. This is where we're at. Carburetor's almost off. I just have to undo this fuel line underneath there, and the throttle line's already off. So let's go. We're going to need a new fuel line. This is an old machine, but I want to save it. Okay. Gasket still looks okay. Now let's look at this carburetor. It's been operated on once before. Okay. See, there's no post on here. I'm going to just tap that on there to see if we have some kind of show. So wide open and closed. Use your head, Bruce. Oh man, this is a tired old generator. Let's put it in here. That's totally closed. Nope. We got to get a punch. One more try. Okay. Now, isn't that interesting? Oh, got it on our own. So, oh, I see. It was flipped around the other way. Got it. Now that should work. Okay, zoom. Now we're back on, but I don't know how, no, there's no longevity there at all. But now, we got this out. I'm going to get, man, it's falling off already, see that? But now we have an idea what's wrong. We're going to get our bag of carburetor, generator carburetor. Look at that. I am just going to tap this back on here for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm just reattaching this lever. There we go. Nope, it's not even staying on. Darn it. Okay. But now we have, that's too small a carburetor. See that? That's too small a carburetor, but oh, what a good close choice it would be. Oh. Nope, not quite. Well, we're not done fighting yet, eh? Just give me a minute and I'll go through my stuff. Okay, I have a lot of candidates for carburetors. I got, well, actually two. This one has too small a throat. I got these two Makunis right here. But the throttle action goes the other way. So I don't even know what kind of a carburetor this is. It says standard on it. So I'm going to try and fix this throttle arm. First you take the two screws out of the throttle body. You dump the butterfly. And then you pull this out. That's all there is to it. Now, if I can reaffix this onto said place where it was, there, right like that, and then flatten down the brass that's on there, I think we'll have her, and we'll have a running carburetor. This is the kind of stuff I love, you guys. We're here, I'll show you in a minute. Okay. We want to do something important here. I'm going to snap on punches here. We just need to get it started, right? Where's my hand? No, you can't. And now you really can't. Okay, there we are. Nothing. I probably marked. Yeah, I marked the shaft. Okay, this is for the Homlite generator. I have this is just a throttle butterfly that I've installed in here because I know this carburetor works, but the shaft was broken. So I've just done this to see if it'll run or if I need a new carburetor. So I'll be back in just a bit and see how this goes. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to go. I'll be right back. A little cheating fluid. get it? Yep. Well, I'm stunned. It actually runs. So if I can't fix this carburetor, I can get one for about $31 or $32 Canadian sent to me. It's going to be 2 weeks. Well, there we go. Now, I'm not going to play with this too much longer because I don't think it's worth $30 messing it up. I'm going to take that carburetor off there and just see if I can get it to work with this proper top. This is the throttle arm. Nice. That was fun. Okay, my friends, back on the little Homlite generator. Okay, we're there. So there, right there, you can see that carburetor shaft right there. See that screw in there? I added that, trying to get it to throttle, but there's no stop. It just keeps right on trucking. I tried to do it. So let's get that off of there. Okay, now that carburetor should almost come out of there if I disconnect the fuel line. Good. So that's all there is to that. And you didn't get any of that, did you? Okay, you can tell I'm in a hurry to get this job done, right? Okay, here's the carburetor I took off of there. And there's the little lever I made homemade there, right there. And it worked, but it didn't work. Super amount of surging there. So I've got the new one here. So let's go back to our machine. Where's our new Carburetor? Carby. Okay, so that's choke. That seems to work pretty good, actually. And our small guy right there. And our Z-bend connector to the throttle. And our spring hookup. Well, that's just too darn simple, isn't it? Alright, let me just give you a little boo. Now, Mick from Mick's live stream, or Mick from Mick's Mower, sorry, he has a live stream. He turns his camera off, refocuses on the item at hand, and then turns the camera back on, which I think is pretty labor intensive. Let's just get that Z-bend in there. And we'll just make sure that that gasket's on there first. There we go. Now we'll just push that out of the way. Okay. Now, gasket. I don't like that. There's a hole there, eh? I might. You see, right? This is what I'm looking at right here. when this plate goes over top of here, this is the plate that holds the carburetor on. There's a hole right there where my finger's sticking out. Right there. So I might see if I can plug that somehow before we're done all this. Oh, I gotta put the gas line on again. Alright, here's our new carburetor. It's connected to the throttle. Oop! Just lost the gasket. The flat part goes to the bottom. Like that. And then this thing with the weird hole right there, you can see that little hole there where I'm putting my finger behind it? That's wide open, so that's sucking dirty air into the, oh I see. Look at that original gasket there. It comes up. You see that right there? And I don't have a cover for that. So maybe a little self-tapping something or other will go in there. So I'm just going to cut the gas line and put this on with these 2 bolts and the other 1.5, and we'll see if this fires up. Alright, here's our little generator. It's got fuel. Make sure it still has oil. I haven't worked on it for a while. I've been waiting for this carburetor to come in. Alright, it's got that. On, choke, and no choke. Choke, I see. This little goober's in the way. Right there. Okay, so choke, meter. So if this works, we have other things to do, but I'm quite curious. Things changed. I'm going to prime it. Shouldn't have to do this on a new carburetor. But okay, I should make it bark. It's not getting a spark. Has to be. Okay. Let's just do the old spark detector trick. Well, as I say in every video, these aren't foolproof. Okay. I gotta turn off a little bit of this dazzling light here. I'm going to decompress it for a minute. Nope, no, there isn't much of a spark. Let's take that plug out of there. I had this thing running, eh? I wonder if it's a BPR 5ES equivalent. Looks like it. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to just ground this out and see if I can see a... Let's do this properly. We're going to ground it out using a wire. This works really good, you guys. I don't see a lot of guys on YouTube do this. But you take a plug and you ground it to a good ground, a known ground, like that, right? And then you attach it to the spark plug ground node. And I'm going to just turn off this light for a minute, please. Sorry. Oh yeah, there's a good spark there. Good. I don't want you to miss any of this. Must have been a bad connection on the plug. little vibration, but it's right here. This is this last screw that's got to go in there. Okay, did you guys see that? It's probably hard to read with the flickering, right? But this little generator has 950 hours on it or something like that. So it must have just been I don't know, things like that bother me. Even a spark can jump a quarter of an inch. So, but when I disconnected the spark plug, took it out, put it back in, then away it went, right? So now I'm going to just tighten everything up because there's some rattles, and we will get some tires for this bad boy and change the oil, and that's just about it. I want to plug that little hole with something, and as I was fooling around, I actually thought if I had a bigger gasket that goes behind that plate, will cover that little hole. So we'll figure something out there. Okay, so let's just see if it starts again now that it's warm. Maybe it needs a choker out. Oh. Well, I didn't like that. It didn't start on the first pull. Let's do that again. I'm going to get some spray juice. I'm going to see if that carburetor is sealed up good. If it changes in RPMs once it's running, right? Okay. Now let's just see if the gas is 500 years old. Actually, the gas is 1,000,000 years old, or what is produced from it. Let's see, I need a squirter and a can and a thing and the thing. Okay, how much gas don't we have in there? Oh yeah, it's probably me. I put it in there. It's a little yellow, not bad. Alright. So it's running but not great. I'm going to change that plug. But first of all, I got to find out what plug it is. Yeah, I'm not happy. We've got, what is this? A Champion? No, Homlite 3000. Homlite 3000. That's all it says. I'm going to go see what, I bet you it's a BPR5ES plug.